Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Inside the Box Score. I'm Brendan Taylor, as it says on the screen, over here somewhere, and to the right of me is Jacob.
Jim Johnson.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Before we get into the proper episode, I'm just gonna say a little bit about myself, not too much. I'm from New York. If you couldn't tell by the drawing is blocked, but the painting is there. I'm a Mets fan, Jets fan, Rangers fan, Knicks fan, more recent, but you know. And if you care about soccer at all, I also like Arsenal, but I know you don't, Jacob.
No, personally, I'm a huge,
And
can't tell, huge Seattle Seahawks football fan. I love the Indiana Hoosiers. Obviously, I got the Rose Bowl coming up. Excited to go. St. Louis Blues, St. Louis Cardinals, Indiana Pacers. My teams. It's been awful being a fan of those teams for quite some time, but could be worse because you could be a Jets fan like this guy. So it's all right.
we made it. We made it. How long? A minute. We made it a minute of the first episode before this guy made a Jets joke.
Yeah,
that is my life in a nutshell. I can't escape it every day. Besides that, I forgot to say I'm also a North Carolina fan, not NC State, North Carolina.
I hate NC State.
Tar Heels. I hate NC State too, but I hate Duke more. And I don't know if I hate Virginia, but that's for a different reason. Enough with the introductions. Now that you know a little bit about us, or at least what you need to know, and what you don't know can be probably shown in our backgrounds, but we're not going to go over that. What we're going to be doing is mostly just talking about sports, if you couldn't tell by the name. Football, basketball, baseball a little bit, hockey every once in a while, and if I'm by myself, I might talk about soccer, but I know little about it. But I do like watching it a little bit. Not as much as like other sports, but still, it's fun to watch.
For sure, yeah.
Anyways, this is a big time for the NFL, so we're going to start off with that.
Sure.
Week 16 wrapped up yesterday. We're going to talk a little bit about that, going from Thursday to Monday. Not talk about every game, because, some of them don't matter. Some of them sucked. But we're going to be talking about the big ones, the ones that are important to the NFL as a whole. First one, I'm looking it up on my phone. The Thursday night game. This guy knows all about that.
I will say a bunch about it.
Rams Seahawks. I'll let him do most of the talking.
Rams Seahawks.
Big before you say anything. Yes. Final score was 38 to 37. Seahawks got the dub. They take first place in the NFC West and the NFC conference as a whole. Sorry, I got a little choked up. They came back from what was it, 30-16?
They were down by 16 points with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what he said. I didn't watch the game. I was asleep.
Wow.
What?
You missed a great game.
Sorry,
you missed a great game.
I know. I go to sleep early. It's my bad. I know. But I did catch the highlights. I don't watch a lot of primetime games. Most of the games I watch are 1 p.m., 4 p.m. games.
For sure.
I also just got a lot to do in the morning. That's why I go to sleep early.
Totally.
So, he knows all about it. I know what happened, but I don't know that much about it. Anyways, let's just quickly talk about it. From what I saw, phenomenal game.
It was a great game.
Phenomenal game.
Great game.
Puka Nacua, what was his stat line? Let me check. 12 catches, 25 yards, 2 tuds. Matthew Stafford had 457 passing yards. 457. That's a lot. For the NFL today, that's crazy to me. 457. Nobody gets that, except for Matthew Stafford.
Against a very good defense too. I mean, for Seattle, they had Nick Emmanwori, Kobe Bryant, Tariq Woolen all had injuries throughout the game. So the secondary for Seattle was definitely a lot weaker than it usually is. But, guys like Devon Witherspoon, Julian Love, who did step up in the big moment when it had to happen. Definitely worried about the Seahawks secondary heading into the last 2 weeks, at Carolina and at San Francisco, most likely to clinch the division or 1 seed. Injuries in Seahawks defense is definitely, it's been a thing since week 1 to heading into week 17 next week. So that's the only thing I'm worried about Seattle. But the offensive side, obviously Sam Darnold, Jason have it's such a great connection. Jason's been so fun to watch. I'll tell you that. We saw him in Nashville. He had 2 touchdowns, like one 60-something yard touchdown. It was awesome. Kenneth Walker was really involved in the offense finally, and I've been saying it since forever. Run Kenneth Walker. Zach Charbonnet is a great player. Don't get me wrong, but you saw multiple 30+ yard plays by Kenneth Walker that last game, and he really put us in the game. The punt return for Shaheed, that was huge, because Sam Darnold threw 2 interceptions? Was it 2 interceptions?
He threw 2 picks.
Okay, he threw one in the fourth quarter. When that happened, I turned off the game, and then moments later, girlfriend texted me saying, "Hey, punt return touchdown. You should be back on the game." Like, all right, I will. The 2-point conversion, one of the craziest 2-point conversions I've ever seen.
What was going on with that? I don't know I don't know the semantics of that. It breaks my brain. I don't know what to think of that.
Okay, so what happened was Sam Darnold was throwing a backwards pass to I forgot who the intended target was. I don't think it was Charbonnet. Charbonnet's when he picked it up in the end zone, but he threw it a yard backwards. It was batted up in the air by Jared Verse, so they just called the play dead. But luckily, Zach Charbonnet in the end zone picked up the ball. Him not knowing, he scored a 2-point conversion because the referees blew it dead. They reviewed it, and a very rare turnover, for the referees turn the call over. Call was not upheld. It was just changed. I couldn't believe it because if they don't get the 2-point conversion, they're not in the game, and they're going to lose that game, and it doesn't go to overtime.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how it happened.
It was
fantastic game. Fantastic game all around. I didn't watch it though, but I know I watched. You know what? To your point about Kenneth Walker, I watched a bit of it at the beginning. They had a drive. I know exactly what it was. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Yeah, there's Charbonnet. Let me go all plays. Field goal. Yeah. Kenneth Walker, 46-yard catch, and then next play was Cooper Kupp, and then Charbonnet got a 4-yard touchdown. Once the ball gets inside the 20, Kenneth Walker is never on the field. Never. No. I know I've watched enough highlights to know that he's never on the field. I don't know why they do it.
I don't either.
I need to know, what is Zach Charbonnet has 9 touchdowns, and Kenneth Walker. Wow. Yeah, he has 9 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker has 5.
Yeah,
Kenneth Walker could have 11 right now. He could have really. He should have the second most in the NFL, but he doesn't because of Charbonnet. But
I love the two together. They're a great duo, but I personally think Kenneth could sell the yards, and Charbonnet's just kind of been the red zone guy. That's just how it's been the past few years in Seattle, and it works. Don't get me wrong, it works. It's annoying because I agree with Kenneth Walker being a top 5 running back in the NFL because I think he has the talent and ability to do so. But Charbonnet's doing all the touchdowns, so it's just I don't know. It's just it's weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's weird, but it works. If it's not broken, fix it.
Yeah. Now wrapping it up, just overall great game.
Very good.
We don't even need to talk about the overtime. The overtime, what happened if you follow football, So we don't really need to talk about that. Moving on to Saturday NFL games. Do you want to talk about Saturday NFL games and college football because they happen on the same day in one? Or do you want to
I'm cool with whatever, but I will say that the Eagles and Commanders, I know the Jake Paul fight was also happening this weekend, but I feel like there's a few fights at the Commanders Eagles game. There's a few fights in that game.
There
full on brawl.
I remember. I watched it. There were actual fights.
It was nuts.
But we're gonna actually go to college football. We're gonna pivot to college football for a bit. Friday, we're not doing Saturday. Friday, Alabama, Oklahoma. Oof. The final score was, let me check. That is not what I'm looking for. 34-24. It was 17-0 when I turned it off. Because I thought the game was done. I thought Oklahoma was going to blow them out. I thought, they're going to beat Oklahoma again. But Ty Simpson, Alabama, they came back. They got actually no, it was 17-7 when I left, but I was tired, so I just went to bed.
Yeah,
I feel like
I watched one game.
on a unrelated note, I feel like I need some water. I might get some after we talk about this game.
For sure.
Um, but anyways, Alabama, Oklahoma, Bama got the dub. They won 34-24 after being down 17 to nothing in what was it? The second quarter? Yeah,
It was
quarter number 2, quarter number 2.
second quarter,
Second
17-7,
quarter.
Oklahoma was up, and they
Yeah.
just choked it away. I mean, the pick six toward the end of the second quarter, I believe it was pick six, did not help them at all. And the second half, it was all Alabama.
Dude,
All Alabama.
Xavier Brown, he had that pick six against Tennessee. I remember that's one of the one games I did watch all the way through. I watched Alabama, Tennessee all the way through. I remember Xavier Brown, the guy who got the pick six in the Oklahoma game, he got one in the Tennessee game. Is he just good at getting pick sixes or something? Because I don't know who he is. Because I don't know who he is, but he's just like good at getting pick sixes or something.
For sure. No,
shout out to him. Nothing against him. I just wanted to know. Shout out to bro, as Janky Rondo would say. Shout out to bro. Let me look at the main feed. I remember the first touchdown. The guy, what was his name? Brooks. He got like a catch, and then he started like spinning and going around defenders. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, so you saw that one catch Jeremy Bernard had, number 5?
Well, like when you had to over the other guy's
over the other guy's head. That was crazy.
That's
some of these college plays are like insane sometimes.
It's just, I mean, it's the highlights. I mean, it's just unbelievable what these guys are doing at such young ages.
They're like around our age. We're not in college, but we're near that point. Like they're around our ages. It's crazy. I could never do that.
No, I can't either. I kick football, so I can't do that.
Yeah, he's a kicker. If you didn't know, probably should have said that in the intro, but that's another point.
Kicker and punter, trying for college someday. There you go. Yeah, that catch I think just really was a momentum changer for Alabama in a very good way.
Yeah.
Oklahoma obviously a very negative way, because after that, Oklahoma didn't do much. I mean, offensively, there's a bunch of punts. Of course, the Oklahoma punter obviously fumbling that ball. He had it. His hands were up when he got to drop. Go for his drop. He just fell his hands.
I remember that. I watched that. That's what set up the first touchdown. I remember that. He bobbled the ball and then he gave it to the other team. I remember that.
Yeah, no, it was. You can't do that as a punter. You just can't.
You can't. Again, he knows about punting. I don't, so that's his thing. Also, the kicker did miss like 2 field goals. Wouldn't have won them the game, but it would have gotten them closer.
Gosh.
It wouldn't have won them the game, like I just said a couple seconds ago, but it would have definitely helped.
I mean, he was what? I think Tate Siddell was perfect all year, and then he had to miss like a 35-yarder. He just went around the ball.
Yeah.
If you know what that means.
I saw on the game that he was like really good at kicking, and he won the Luke
Rosa. He won the Luke Rosa. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he's really, really good at kicking.
Yeah, he's going to be in the NFL next year. Absolutely, he should be.
All right. That's gonna wrap up the Friday games because that was the only one. I'm gonna go get a cup of water. I'll be right back. I'm back with my glass of water.
Hey.
I'm gonna drink it in between, like when you're talking.
But, yeah, of course.
Anyways, one quick thing about the Bama Oklahoma game that I forgot, and we'll get to more in detail later. They'll be playing this guy's team, the Indiana Hoosiers, #1 team in the nation, in the Rose Bowl on. Let me check.
January 1st.
January 1st. January 1st. He will be there, by the way.
Yes, I'll get photos and videos to have. Very excited. I've never been so excited for a sports game before. It's like my grandpa's been dreaming about this game forever, and we got the opportunity to go, and we're gonna take it. So very cool. Very excited for it. This will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, good thing for you. Hope you have fun at the game.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
If they win, if they lose, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, no. If they lose, it's gonna be terrible. But if they win, then it'll be nice.
They should win.
Moving on from Bama, Oklahoma, we are going to the Friday games. We're gonna go in order of when these games started. Saturday games. My bad. Saturday.
There you go.
The Saturday games. We're gonna go in order of when they started.
Okay.
All right, there we go. First game. This is college football. We're gonna go college football. and then NFL,
Yep.
you know. Um,
Yes.
college football. First game, Miami versus Texas A&M. That game sucked. That game was
I think.
terrible. That game was so bad. The Miami
I mean,
kicker, dude, the Miami kicker. You was talking about the Oklahoma dude. He was really good. The Miami kicker is terrible. Who let him be on the team?
you know,
Who was the guy that recruited him? I need to know because whoever he was, he needs to be fired now.
I mean, I was in Texas doing this game for a camp I had. It was very windy in Texas that day. We weren't that close to Kyle Field. We were in Frisco, Kyle Field's wherever it is. It was windy that day. Both kickers are really good. I mean, Tyler White, their Texas A&M punter. I mean, he even had a rough day ish, and he's a really good punter. I mean, you're in the SEC. You're a great specialist. You know, each kicker had what 2 or more misses, so it was a rough day. Not a lot of points scored on the board. Obviously, Miami, one of the stud freshmen, fumbled late in the fourth quarter. He ended up scoring the only touchdown in the game, I want to say, which gave Miami the win. But yeah, super rough day for specialists that day. You know, it hurt my heart. I hate seeing them miss so much, but like you gotta play the wind. I mean, it's something I had to do a little bit this season on a 37-yarder. Last season I had to play the wind. It was a crosswind, and I had to do it. I mean, it's just something you gotta do.
Yeah, it's just I don't. I know I'm not a kicker. Never been a kicker. Don't know anything about kicking, but like when you're a kicker, you can't miss kicks like that. You can't miss. You can miss like 1 or 2. You can't miss however many he missed. He missed 3 of them. He missed 3 kicks. And let me see the yardage. He missed a 35-yarder, a 40-yarder, and a 47-yard kick. You can't miss all 3 of those kicks. You got to hit one of them. There he is.
Yeah, it's just what was the distances?
The first one was I think the first one was either 47 or 40, and then the last one was 35.
You can't miss 35s.
You can't.
Sorry.
You can't at all. I'm sorry. I know he's a kid. I know he's not an NFL player, but when you're on Miami, you can't be missing kicks like that.
I mean, I made my career. My 2 field goals I had this year. I made with 45, 37. So it's just you got there's long kicks. I mean, shorter kicks. Excuse me. This so important to make. And I mean, I know Miami ended up winning, but like those 3 misses that could have cost them the game. Say A&M actually scored points.
If Marcel Reed got that touchdown, we're having a different conversation right now. But he didn't. He threw that ball so late. He threw it to the right. No, to the left, I think. It was to the left. Yeah, no, it was to the left. He threw it late. He threw it to the left. He threw it, I think, high. That throw was bad. That throw was like what the game was. Really bad. But in the end, Miami, they had like a 56-yard run. And then Malachi Tony scored the game-winning touchdown. Shout out to Malachi Tony, by the way. He's really good. And he's only a freshman.
That's the freshman.
He's gonna be scary. Yeah. He's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
He's like a Taysom Hill kind of player. He could play a lot of positions, but we'll get to him when we get to him.
Exactly.
I don't really want to talk about the other 2. They went as expected. It was blowouts. It was the outcome that we expected. So I'll just say quickly, Ole Miss beat Tulane and Oregon beat JMU. And
this is why. And I love the other conference. I love MAC football. I love MACtion. I love MAC. I love Ball State. I love Charlotte. Charlotte's in the American Conference. Those teams, I personally think they should have a cultural playoffs for those levels. There should be a cultural playoff for the Power 4 schools and Notre Dame because they're independent. Like, I just think that'd be awesome. That's just my opinion. I think it'd be cool.
I appreciate Tulane and James Madison getting in, but it would have been nice to see like other teams get in. I feel
Notre Dame?
Yeah, like Notre Dame, but they didn't handle their situation very well. I'm not going to talk about it now, but all I'm going to say is
that Vanderbilt didn't handle it well either.
Vanderbilt? What do you? Oh, never mind.
Pavia.
Yeah, Pavia. We're not going to talk about that either. I don't care about any of that. I'm not interested in the drama and and the stuff that goes on with that. I don't care about that.
He's
Anyways,
just mad when they're better.
before we go back to the NFL, quickly just want to go over the sorry, I'm blanking. The bracket that we have now.
Yes.
As said before, Alabama, Indiana, Rose Bowl. That's on January 1st.
Yes.
December 31st is Miami, Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. In the Cotton Bowl.
That's the Cotton Bowl.
That is the Cotton Bowl. Miami versus Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. And then on January 1st is the rest of them, like I said, Alabama, Indiana, Rose Bowl, but also Oregon, Texas Tech in the, I believe it is the Orange Bowl. Yep, it is the Orange Bowl. And Mississippi or Ole Miss and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Where's the Sugar Bowl again? Is that in Atlanta?
That, I was say, is that Atlanta or is that the other one? Which I'm blanking the name of it.
The Cotton Bowl's in Dallas. I know that.
Cotton Bowl's Dallas. Okay, I was thinking
Cotton Bowl's in Dallas. The Orange Bowl is in Miami. So I think it is in Atlanta.
That makes sense.
And then what are the other ones? The Fiesta Bowl, which is in Arizona. That's for next round. And one more. Fiesta Bowl. And what's the other one?
I don't know why I'm blanking this. I feel dumb. Fiesta Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
Not the Pop-Tart Bowl. Should I just look it up?
Yeah, if you want.
All right, I'm going to look it up.
What is it? I feel like there's like a Verizon something bowl. I don't know.
Games 2025. college football playoff. The Peach Bowl.
Oh my God.
The Peach Bowl.
I knew it was a fruit.
Yeah, no, it's the Peach Bowl.
No, Peach Bowl's the Georgia one. What are we talking about?
Wait.
Right?
No, that's a Sugar Bowl.
But the peach is like the Georgia thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Where's the Sugar Bowl then? New Orleans. It's in New Orleans.
Okay, I'm just going to say yes.
Okay.
So, you know, I have no idea.
Enough confusing about college football. We have all the games down. We'll get to our predictions on that at the end of the episode. For now, let's go back to the NFL. Saturday games. First game, Eagles, Commanders.
Pretty boring-ish game. Didn't Mariota get hurt? I didn't watch it. I was at my camp.
Mariota got hurt, yeah.
Was that Josh Johnson now?
It was Josh Johnson. He's almost 40.
Wow.
He's almost 40.
Is he actually? That's crazy. He's been
he's 39.
Games. I remember him on Indianapolis. You know, he used to be on. I remember him on Baltimore being a backup for Lamar for a year. I definitely remember that.
He was like the third string. He's always the third string. He was behind Lamar Jackson. It was Lamar. I remember because I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. If you didn't know, it was Lamar. It was Tyler Huntley. It was Josh Johnson. That was. Was it
Huntley or was it Cooper Rush?
No, it was Huntley. Cooper Rush was on the Cowboys until this year.
Good call. You're right.
So yeah. In conclusion, the game was boring, but something important did come out of it. You can say it.
Yeah, me too. Eagles, first time since 2005, the NFC East has a back-to-back divisional winner. That's crazy. It's been that many years because I'm not going to lie, the NFC East is not the most, I don't know. I mean, I can't say that because the 2010 NFC East had some great teams. I mean, had the, Washington was good for quite some time. Eli Manning, had some good Romo teams. Eagles were meh, and then until like the late 2010s, and they started going crazy, won a Super Bowl, all that. So it's been a very competitive division for quite some time now. I really think about it, but the Cowboys they put it together a little bit too late. Commanders they fell off a cliff, and then
the Giants are the Giants.
Yeah.
Sorry for any of you Giants fans watching, because I know there are some of you.
Yeah.
Y'all be better. Y'all be better next year. I will give you that.
Maybe. Who's the coach gonna be?
If Jack, I I've heard Marcus Freeman.
I have also heard Marcus Freeman. I don't like that. I hope
I
he
don't-
stays in Notre Dame.
I don't know what's going on. We'll have to figure that out when we get to it. But that's not the main focus of this thing. It's just Eagles won division again. If you don't know by now, but you don't, but maybe you do. I hate the Eagles. I hate the Patriots too, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Why were you smiling? I saw you. Why were you smiling?
It's just funny. It's just I love how much you hate the Eagles. I think it's funny
Yeah, I hate
because you're a
them
Jets
a
fan.
lot.
They have
I hate them a lot.
nothing. They have nothing to do with each other.
They're in Philadelphia, and I hate the whole city.
That's a good call. Being a New York sports, as you being a New York sports fan, they're in Philadelphia. I'll give you that.
But, anyways, other
Sunday.
game. No. You forgot.
Oh yeah, Bears Packers. What am I thinking?
That was another one I unfortunately did not watch, but
I didn't either.
I wish I did. I wish I did. That game, that throw, yo. Before we even get to the game itself, shout out Kevin Burkhardt on the call. If you watch the clip of the game-winning touchdown, he was going nuts in the booth.
Yeah.
He was going nuts.
As he should.
And so was Tom Brady, but we're not giving credit to Tom Brady.
He's one of the worst commentators. You know, I mean, I respect him. He's a great player. I don't like him as a Seattle fan, but like, I don't know. He has some learning to do when it comes to commentary. Just a little bit. There's some games he calls good, but there's some it's just like, what are you doing, man? Just go be the general manager of the Raiders or something, bro. So I don't know. Not a fan of his commentary.
I don't really have strong opinions on Tom Brady's commentary, but
Yeah.
shout out Kevin Burkhardt on the call, and shout out Caleb
Yes.
Williams. Caleb Williams might
Seriously.
actually be the bear. He might actually be the one. He might be the one.
I think he is.
I
I've
think
been
he.
saying
I
so
think
long.
he is the one. Ben Johnson is definitely the coach, the one that's in like the coach. But I
They
think
found the
Caleb
coach.
Williams.
They found the quarterback.
They found I said
coordinators.
that if you remember, just personal conversation between me and you. I said watch out for the Bears. I remember saying
I
that.
did.
Something
too.
along those lines. I said the Bears could be a good team, and look where they are now.
Start the
They-
season off 1
They
and 2.
are 1-2, and they won like a bunch of games in a row. Lost to
In a row or something.
lost to the Packers, I think. The first game.
First
Lost
game.
to somebody else, I think, and then they were winning again. Next game they have. Let me check.
I want to sit. It's San Francisco.
Yep,
On
49ers.
Thursday night.
49ers on Monday. No, Sunday night, not Monday night. Sunday
I knew it was definitely a primetime game. I forgot which one. That'd be a great game. Great offense, such a
Actually,
great defense.
I'm gonna try and watch that game. I'm just gonna hope
I'm
I don't. I'm just gonna hope I don't fall asleep. But not
Yeah, no
because
kidding.
not because it's gonna be boring. Just because I don't usually stay up that long.
For sure.
But
Let's get my crew we care about. I'll watch all.
now we're going to move on to Sunday. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about every single game. Like for example, I will not be talking about Bengals Dolphins because that game sucked. Shout out Joe Burrow, he had like 4 passing touchdowns, but I don't want to talk about a game that was ass.
Chiefs, Titans.
Chiefs Titans, another game we will not be talking about.
Boys.
That game also sucked, and the Chiefs had their third string quarterback in. Enough said.
Who was that, by the way? I didn't catch his name.
Let me
Who
look
was
at his
the
name.
third
Let me look at his name.
Boys obviously going to Minshew tearing his ACL a week after.
No, Minshew, he
Okay.
didn't tear his ACL. They said that he didn't.
He
I thought
didn't?
he did,
Good,
but he didn't.
good.
He didn't.
Good. Very happy to hear that. Good.
His,
I did not
his
know that.
name is Chris Oladikin. I'll show you his thing. I know it's inverted. Can you see it?
I've never heard of that guy before. What college? Is he a rookie?
South Dakota State.
And I love FCS football, but I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of FCS football.
Yeah.
Ow.
So, last example. Vikings Giants. We will not be talking about that. That game was sorry, Giants fans, but it's just easy. It's just easy to dunk on you guys. Just like
Giants
it's
fans
easy
never
for
gonna
you
watch
to
this.
dunk on us.
Giants fans are
It's a
never gonna watch
two-way
this.
street. But
Yeah.
Giants lost again to the Vikings, which that game was awful. But enough talking about games that we don't care about. Let's talk about games that are important. First order on the table, we have the Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers.
What a game.
Panthers win 23-20. They went on a game-ending interception thrown by Baker Mayfield. They get revenge on Baker Mayfield for when he was there for like a couple weeks.
I
What
forgot about that.
okay. I don't even feel like talking about the game, not because the game sucked, but I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
What happened to this team? What happened to the Bucks? What happened?
Injuries. That's
like
that
I get
tough
injuries.
schedule.
Bucky Irving was back. Mike Evans was back. Chris Godwin was back. Everybody was there. They still lost. How?
I personally don't think Todd Bowles is a great coach. And he's had his years. I just think he's past those years of him being a good coach, a successful head coach. I personally don't think Tampa's a playoff team. I mean, right now Carolina's going on to play the Rams, and Carolina with that game did happen, and the Panthers did win that game, by the way, a few weeks ago. Carolina's proven they can beat good teams, but also lose to really bad teams as well. So it's just the Panthers, Buccaneers, they're good sometimes, and sometimes you're just terrible. And it's hard to tell what team's going to show up what week. But like if it was like Carolina, it's going to get way more consistent. That's showing up a lot better, being a way better defensive team, and special teams have been way better. I believe Noah Fitzgerald is not Noah Fitzgerald. What's his name? Something Fitzgerald is their kicker. He went to Florida State. He was really good. But no, Carolina, I personally think is putting it all together, and I think this is the year they make the playoffs. Are they going to do a single thing in the playoffs though? No, they're not. I mean, Matthew Stafford was just hoping who they play. Hopefully, my Seahawks get a first-round bye. That's who they'll be playing unless the 49ers somehow go above the Rams, which I just don't think is going to happen. I don't know. It's a weird game. It's two very weird teams, but right now Carolina is one game above, and I think they're winning the division.
Yeah, I remember again, Janky Rondo, shout out to him. He said something well, I was watching a Panthers video of him reacting to the Panthers. He said it's not this isn't a direct quote, but he said something along the lines of the Panthers sorry, I'm starting on my words. How the Panthers play in a given game all depends on how good Bryce Young does.
That's valid.
That's what he said. It all depends on how Bryce Young plays. If he plays great, the team does great. If he plays terrible, the team does terrible.
I'm going to say this. I wasn't a big fan of Bryce Young when he was at Alabama, but he seems like such a likable guy, and I've learned to really like him. And he's, he has his games, he's playing great, and he's actually playing like a first overall pick, how they should. But there's some games I'm like, I just don't get it. Like why he went so high in the draft, but like again, more recently, he is putting it together. Again, he's not the biggest of people, but he's a smart player. I mean, enough said. He gets a lot of hate that I think is very undeserved. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, I think he's really he needs to find consistency. That's all he needs.
He does. That's all he's missing.
Find consistency. That's all he needs. I don't think. I remember before he was getting benched, people were like, "Cut Bryce Young. He's so bad. He's this. He's that." Once he got benched, it's like a switch turned on in his head.
No kidding.
It's like a switch turned on. He just started playing good. I don't know. Why. Maybe it just gave him. Yeah. Maybe it just gave him motivation or something.
I wish Anthony Richardson would do that.
Yeah, he's never coming back. We'll get to the Colts in a bit, but
we will.
Yeah, good win for the Panthers. Bucks gotta win these next two games, including last game in Tampa Bay. Same matchup. Watch out for that.
Oh, they play again?
Yeah, they play again. Last game of the year.
Their first matchup of the season was week 16, and then the second one's week 18?
Yes.
That is weird. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, same thing's going on with the Eagles and the Commanders.
Good call. That's weird. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But you know what? I don't make the script, so I can't judge it.
All right. Now
Next game.
We're gonna stick to 1 p.m. We're gonna go Bills and Browns. Not much to say on this. Just what was going on. Like
Shedeur
Pinky. Yeah, that was going on. Neither team played great. It's just the Bills found a way to win. Probably Probably just because they have a better roster, I guess.
James Cook had a
And
great
Myles
game.
Garrett, we have
Got
to
it.
mention this. If we're going to talk about the Browns, we got to talk about this. Myles Garrett is 0.5 sacks away from tying the record and 1 full sack away from breaking it.
Unbelievable. What a great player
He is insane. I think
and he plays the Browns.
All the people, I remember there were like debates about Myles Garrett or TJ Watt. It used to be settled that it was TJ Watt. Now it's settled the other way. Myles Garrett has done way more than TJ Watt this year. I
agree.
Like TJ Watt, even TJ Watt got paid. And once he got paid, it's like something, it's like the opposite of Bryce Young. Once he got paid, something turned off in his head and he's not been the same player. Let me look at
Didn't
his
he have
stats real quick.
collapsed a lung or something? He got hurt a few weeks ago.
He did. That's not on him though. That's not on him.
It was sad. Yeah, no, it was something he did. Myles Garrett, when he first joined the league, he was definitely kind of a, not good person. I mean, obviously the Myles Garrett Mason Rudolph situation was not great, but it seems like such a humble and more better guy now that he's, he's matured. I'll say that. He's become a way more likable player. The more and more he plays, the better and better he gets. You can't feel bad for him being a great player on a bad team because he chose to stay in Cleveland, by the way. That was his choice. He chose to get paid, and he got all the money in the world, $285-something million contract? It was on the lines of that. It was 200-something million. If you're getting paid that much to play football, you can't feel bad for any player ever, despite the team, despite the injuries. You're getting big money, dude. Like it's crazy, and he's worth every penny. I really think so, but they got to find more than just Myles Garrett because he's a great player. The Browns defense, they have some rookies really stepping up. They can figure out an offense and get a new head coach because Kevin Stefanski is not a good head coach anymore. Just watch out. I don't know. They could put something together really fast. Shedeur Sanders is opening quite a few eyes. Sometimes, not every game. I don't know. Just watch out for Cleveland sometime, man. I'm telling you. I'm waiting for them to be good again. I really am.
Yeah, Cleveland, it's weird. Like, they went from being good to... They went from being the worst team ever to being good to being really bad again. It's a cycle.
It really is.
There is
so
there is no consistent we're good this year, we're good 5 years after that. No. It's like they're good and then 2 years after they're bad again.
And they're picking top 5 in the draft. Yeah,
and I forgot that they traded for Deshaun Watson. That ruined them.
It was announced today he will not be activated for the rest of the season, by the way. So he's getting paid all this money to not even get activated.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But that's a story for another time. Let me see if there's any more 1 p.m. games we could talk about. I know the Jets play, but we're not going to talk about them. Their season's done. Nobody wants to talk about them. Not even me.
Yeah.
All I want to talk about is when we get Fernando Mendoza, but that's in a couple months. Any 1 p.m. games? Chargers, Cowboys. I mean, shout out the Chargers. That is
Herbert played great.
Herbert played great.
That
one touchdown of Quentin Johnson. Wow.
Yeah. That was unbelievable. That was good.
Yeah. Looking at this, doesn't look like there's any other 1 p.m. games to talk about. But there were some 4 p.m. games to talk about. Let's talk about those.
Bunch of good ones.
First one. Steelers versus the Lions. Steelers win 29-24. We have a lot to talk about. First thing we got to talk about is that ending. Did you see it? I don't know if you saw it.
Yes.
The ending.
I did.
The ending was crazy. I'm assuming you know, but if you don't, Amon-Ra, it was fourth down. Literally last play, last everything, game on the line. You have to get it or you're done. You have to get a touchdown. Yeah. It was 4th and goal. You have to get a touchdown or it's over. Jared Goff threw it to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra caught it, was stopped at like the 2-yard line, pitched it back to Jared Goff. Jared Goff ran it for a touchdown. The ref even acknowledged it was a touchdown, but then it got called back because of an OPI call.
OPI.
Insane. If that would have standed, that would have been the craziest ending.
One of the best game winners I've ever seen as an NFL fan.
That would have been. Yeah, I've been watching NFL for a while. That would have been one of the best game winners I've ever seen if that stood. But it didn't, and the Lions lost. Jared Goff didn't look that good. I saw him. The Lions overall did not look that good. They honestly shouldn't have even been in that game. No, hold on. I forgot
Not,
The Kenneth Gainwell touchdown at the end of the first half. Did you see that?
I did not see that, but he's been the
That
second half of the season. He has been putting on some good plays and some pretty good numbers too. Kenneth Gainwell obviously was the Eagles for quite some time. He's had some really good games. My buddy has him fantasy. He's been loving every second of it. So yeah, Kenneth Gainwell has been playing a lot better recently, and he can maybe get a contract somewhere else. I really think he could. But yeah, no, he's a great player.
Yeah, if you have time, look at the Kenneth Gainwell touchdown. It was insane. But that was the end of the first half. What we're talking about was the end of the game. Now, one more thing that we do have to bring up. I don't really want to talk about it, but DK Metcalf punched a fan.
Oh,
I saw it when I was making dinner. I wasn't even watching the game. I was making food when this was going on.
you want to know what
My
I was
par-
when this happened?
You were in the air. You were on a flight.
I was I was in an airplane flying home from Texas. Thousands of feet in the sky. Me and my dad bought the plane Wi-Fi because we went to watch football, and the Wi-Fi was a reasonable price. We went with it, and not even a minute within us getting the Wi-Fi, we turn on the game. First thing we see is DK pulling a fan with the blue wig by the blue hair and swinging it like it's crazy. I mean, yeah, I'll represent all Seahawk fans here. We're so happy he's gone. There were times like we couldn't, as Hawks fans, we couldn't defend him for his shenanigans and online on the field behavior, not online, on the field behavior that he had. It was just unacceptable. We got rid of him. He went to the Steelers, a team that Seahawks fans hate, and he hasn't had that good of a year. And now Jason's the best receiver in football. It's just there's a reason why Seattle got rid of DK. It wasn't just because they won. It's not just because Steelers offered a big, a good deal for it or whatever. There had to be way more going on behind the scenes that I think most fans weren't aware about. Is why they shipped DK off away after having a pretty good year. So yeah, DK suspended for 2 games the rest of the year.
Rest of the regular season, maybe rest of the year.
Season.
Maybe rest of the year if the Steelers don't make it, but it's looking like they will.
I hope they don't. Hope
maybe.
the Ravens.
I hope
the Ravens make it.
I don't like
do.
It's not that I don't like the Steelers. I just really like Lamar and the Ravens.
I can't stand the Steelers. I hate the Steelers. I love the Ravens. They're one of my favorite teams to watch. They're a great team.
Yeah, just
We'll
overall really interesting situation. From what I can gather, he punched him because a fan called him by his name. Is like not DK, but like his full name.
I think his name's like the Kalen yada yada.
Something like that. And they called him that, and then he punched him.
There was also allegations of racial slurs being said.
I from what I've seen, it was just him calling him by his name. But if he did actually say that, then he did have a right to do that. But if he didn't, then that's just crazy. It's crazy either way.
This is my take on this.
But
you're a professional athlete. You just can't do that.
Don't do that. Don't. But crazy game in Detroit. We're gonna quickly talk about these 2 games because nothing significant happened in the games themselves. There are significant things that happened because of those games, but not the game themselves. So
correct.
Raiders Texans was surprisingly close at 23-21.
Yeah,
I don't know how. Ashton Jeanty had the game of his life. 188 yards and 2 touchdowns, 128 rushing, and he had 60 yards receiving on 1 catch, which was a touchdown.
Yeah, it was. It was a great touchdown. It was about time. I've been waiting for Jeanty to put all of it together. I mean, of course he does it against a really good Texans defense, which makes no sense. I mean, he couldn't have done that against the Patriots or who they played, the Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, maybe. No teams. I don't know. It's just out of all teams, the Texans is when he has this great game, which I just couldn't believe it when I saw the stats he had. Great game. I think just give him a few years, he'll be legit.
Jeanty, he put him on another team. He's not an all-time running back. I'm not gonna go that far. But he's great. He'd be great.
Imagine the Chargers are like the Broncos or Philadelphia, like a team with a great offensive. Okay, Chargers don't have a good offensive line, but you get what I'm trying to say. A good offense, just he got stuck in Vegas, which.
Why did you bring up Philadelphia? They have Saquon Barkley.
I'm just more saying like teams that have really good offenses and who are good, who run the ball a lot for the most part, majority of the time run the ball and could have success on those teams. But yeah, they have Saquon. They don't need it.
Yeah. That was the Raiders Texans game. Again, nothing really happened. Just wanted to bring up that it was that close because I don't know how it was. Last game is Jaguars Broncos. The
I called this game.
The Broncos lose the game 34-20. Their first home loss of the year.
I called that. I thought
Jackson was going to loss of the year. The Jaguars look legit. I didn't believe it beforehand. Once the game happened, I'm like, they might be legit.
Travis Etienne has been
Parker Washington.
Yeah.
Parker Washington. Come on. Like he just came from nowhere. Jacoby Myers was a great deadline transaction.
Very good. He's been great. He's been good.
BTJ has been nowhere, but
no,
they're playing good. So your camera turned off.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Well, I'm gonna finish this.
Another thing I think is good to mention is that Travis Etienne, how good he's been playing the past few weeks. Dudes look unstoppable. He had 3 touchdowns a few weeks ago. He had, I think, 1 or 2 this game. Yeah, he's starting to look like the Travis Etienne we saw when he was in college. Like he's starting to look good.
Yeah, that whole team.
Trevor Lawrence looks
that whole
great.
Team.
Trevor
Lawrence didn't look good in the first few weeks, but once he started going, Yeah,
no, it was cool to. It's kind of cool to see this team really put things together. I don't like it. My home team is the Indianapolis Colts. I love the Colts. So they have fumbled the entire season away. We'll get to that in a few games, but it sucks to see Jacksonville be such a good team. But I mean, we knew it was going to happen eventually. Trevor's put everything together. ETN has. Liam Cohen's really put this offense together, and that's why I think this team is going to make some noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Jaguars. Really, really
Very
underappreciated team.
Yes. Indeed.
I don't know if they'll go like Super Bowl or something like that, but they'll do more than what people think they'll do.
Hoping for a Chargers with Jaguars rematch. That'd be a great game.
We know what happened the last time that happened.
Yeah.
But moving on to Sunday Night Football. Ravens versus Patriots. Ravens lose 28-24. The ball carriers for the Ravens, Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, hold on to the ball. They fumbled like 3 times. You can't fumble 3 times and expect it. Did they fumble even more? Did they fumble even more times? Okay, 1. No, it's missed. No, that was Patriots fumble. 2. Yeah, it was 2 fumble. I think it was more. It might have been 3 because Derrick Henry fumbled before.
Derrick Henry
Derrick Henry. Yeah,
did
fumble, and then there was a fumble in like the So yeah, I think they had like 3 fumbles, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just you can't win games when you do that.
No, they had 2 turnovers, but they had like But I think Mark Andrews he not fumbled it, but he lost the ball on like a pass or something. He might have tried to lateral it or something.
For sure.
But dude, they need to hold on to the ball.
This is my question: where was Derrick Henry in the 4th quarter? It was he had a touchdown in the 4th quarter. It was at the end of the 3rd, and after that he just disappeared off the face of the earth completely. I don't know where he went. He didn't get a single touch. Then 11 minutes of the 4th quarter. And then obviously Zay Flowers had a great game at the start. I mean, he had 30-something yards in the first drive of the entire game. He even had a touchdown, and after that he did fine, fantasy wise for me and my dad. He did okay. And then fumble kind of messed the Ravens up completely. Ravens run defense was awful like usual. I think they're missing Patrick Queen a lot right now. Honestly, I would be too. He's doing great for Steelers, and It's crazy, man. It's just Ravens had they're up by 10, and just of course Lamar Jackson getting injured again. A really bad injury bug season for him. It's really affected the Ravens season. I mean, with the 7-8 right now, I want to say something along the lines of
Yeah,
that.
they're 7-8.
So they got to win out to win the division. They play the Packers, and I think they're at Pittsburgh or home against Pittsburgh. I know it's Packers and Steelers who they play. And the Steelers are at Cleveland, and then they're playing the Ravens or whatever. So Steelers have to lose out. Ravens have to win out for the Ravens to make the playoffs. Steelers to miss. I believe both teams have been eliminated from wildcard contention. I don't think Steelers have, but the Ravens most definitely have. So,
yeah,
and I want to see the Ravens in the playoffs. I would love to see them in the playoffs again. Obviously, last year that Buffalo game, that 2-point conversion that Mark Andrews dropped. I mean, it really should have been Chiefs, the Ravens AFC Championship. No Chiefs this year in the AFC Championship, by the way, which is that's awesome.
No Chiefs in the playoffs at all. No Chiefs in the playoffs at all.
It's incredible. Opens up the door for some younger and better teams. I'm so tired of seeing the red and the yellow, man. It's just I hated it.
Yeah. John Harbaugh. I remember I saw this on Twitter. John Harbaugh, on the absence of Derrick Henry at the end of the game, he said, quote, it's not like a long quote, but all he said was he should have been in there. That's all he said. And I'm sitting here like, aren't you the one that decides who's in a game and who isn't?
That's what I'm thinking.
Isn't he the one that decides that? Am I crazy? Tell me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure the head coach is the one that puts players into the game and takes them out.
It's that or the offensive coordinator, but like you have a 6 foot something, 200-pound NFL running back who looks like a linebacker. I mean, he's hard to tackle in general. I don't care how old he is. He had a touchdown that game. Like he was doing what he had to do. He had a touchdown that game. He was playing great, and they just stopped using him. And you saw what happened. They lost. Zay Flowers, that fumble, it cost them. And the first down from Ramondre Stevenson, I want to say who it was because I believe, did Henderson get hurt?
Henderson did get hurt at some point. I don't know if he came back, but he got hurt.
I think it was concussion. I think he was out. But, yeah, the Ravens choked that game away. Personally, I don't think the Ravens are a playoff team, or deserve to be in the playoffs. But personally, I hope they make it because I love the Ravens.
Yeah,
you do too.
Patriots in a comfortable spot now to clinch the AFC East. I don't like saying that, but it's true.
It is true. And it sucks.
Right now, they are not the number 1 seed. I don't know if the Chargers take the number 1 seed from the Broncos, if they would move up, but we'd have to find out. Last game before we get into predictions for this week, Monday night. He's already smirking. 49ers Colts. 49ers win 48-27.
Man.
It was a bad game. I watched it. The Colts didn't look too bad. Once I stopped watching, everything just went downhill. Phillip Rivers, 44 years old. You don't need to say much. He's never.
Papa Phillip.
He's not ever. He's not even Papa. He's Grandpa Phillip. He's a grandpa. I'm not joking.
Grandpa Rivers, baby.
Grandpa Rivers.
I respect him for coming back. I really do. But here's the thing: the Colts scored in the first. They definitely scored in the first drive. They scored twice in the first 3 or 4 drives of the games. Like there was a time they had 2 touchdowns at one point. They were 14-10, 14-7 at one point. So like they were up at one point. And then they just gave up, and they punted a bunch. Roberto Sanchez had a really good punt day, as in he had a lot of reps punting. And then Niners just kept scoring, interceptions, that pick 6, strip sacks. It's just the 49ers, how hurt of a team they are. They are still, I think, a Super Bowl contending team. But as injured, this is no Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner, no Brandon Ayuk, even though he's just fine, I think. He's just kind of going.
He's not. I don't think he's playing for the 49ers again. I think he's gone.
I think he's trying to pull an Antonio Brown right now, personally.
He's trying to leave. He's getting out of there.
Yeah. After begging to get paid all off season one time, all the drama of that. And then They tears his ACL last year, and now he doesn't want to play for them anymore. I just don't understand how players. I don't know how the minds think that it's all that way sometimes. But yeah, the really big pick six at the very end sucked. That hurt to watch. I usually go to Colts games to get my tickets to a buddy of mine, one of my teammates, who's a big 49ers fan. Shout out to him. Hope I had a great time at that game. I did not have a great time watching that game on that TV right there. It was very painful and it sucked. But what are you gonna do? Colts started the season off 7-1, first place in the AFC. They will be the first team in NFL history to start a season 7-1 and miss the playoffs. I believe they've lost 6 or so games in a row. Daniel Jones was so good. Calf injury, then a torn Achilles. I've heard this story before. Tyrese Halliburton last year. It's just whenever you think as an Indiana sports fan, stuff's going so well, it crumbles apart. And I hope that happens to Notre Dame every year. I hope to God it does not happen to IU, because that would suck. But I just truly don't think I've ever seen such a downfall of a season than the 2025 Indianapolis Colts. I really don't.
I think
7-1. 7-1.
Only thing comparable is 2020 Steelers. The Corvette that stuff.
Oh my God!
You started cringing when I brought it up. I saw your face.
You used to shoot the TikTok dances the COVID season. Wow, I forgot. That was like 5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago. COVID was 5 years
ago.
Chase
Claypool. Crazy. I want to say Eric Ebron was on that team still too. Joe Hayden was on that team. So yeah, that was a good Steelers team. I don't know. Comment down below you think was a bigger fall off team. The 2020.
Yeah, comment it down below. Tell us what you think. If you have another one, say it down there.
Exactly. If you have another one that we're not
go
afraid
do
of
it.
saying.
Go do it. But
yeah, those are two really bad downfalls. But the Steelers still made the playoffs. That's what I'm trying to say. They still made the playoffs. They still won their division. The Colts were first place in the entire NFL, AFC by the game. They were 2.5 games ahead of everybody else in the AFC South. And then injury, popped Achilles, injury. It's just, and then they fell. Then Phil Rivers came out of nowhere, and now he's a quarter for
the next 2 games crazy. Until you get eliminated and you're on the couch.
Just when you thought they were having a good year, to honor Jim Irsay, oh man, it was bad. Colts had a hell of a year. First half, it was so fun to watch. Personally, I don't think I've ever had any more fun watching Colts football than that first half of the season. Then Kenny Moore's injury, the whole thing with Adonai Mitchell, the Sauce Gardner trade. I thought that was going to turn around the season.
It did turn around the season, but in the way you didn't expect.
In the way I was praying and hoping it would not happen. And it's just man, it sucks. It sucks. But you know what? It's okay. I got my Hawks still. They're doing great. They're going to the Super Bowl this year. I really think they are. So I'm just fine. Go Hawks. Hey man. Hey.
All right.
You can laugh all you want. They're gonna make it. I'm telling you, they're gonna make it. They're unstoppable. Are they gonna win it? No, but they're gonna make it.
Okay.
Got my confidence.
So now that we're done with all the recaps and all the reactions and stuff, we are going to do a little bit of predictions, a little bit of picks for week 17. We're not going to do college football today because we have another week until that starts. So we'll do that next episode, which will be in a week from now, probably. So
that's likely.
I'll probably have this uploaded. I'm recording this on Wednesday, December 23rd. I should have this uploaded tomorrow, Christmas Eve. So, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday when we're recording this. Like I said before, not to you, not like on the my sense of time is so warped right now.
Yeah, he said he thought it was Monday on FaceTime.
Yeah, I thought it was Monday, but it's Tuesday.
Before we recorded this, yeah. Nope, it is indeed Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. Now going to the NFL games, the Christmas games, all of these are terrible. All of these are awful.
When these all got announced, like preseason, like when the schedule got announced, I was like, this would be a hell of a Christmas watching all these games. These are all great games. Broncos, Chiefs. Those teams will be competing both for the playoffs, maybe even the division. No. I think
Yeah.
do the Broncos clinch the division with a win? I think they do. Even if the
I
Chargers
think
win.
no. I think if the Chargers win out, they get the division. It doesn't matter.
Are the Chargers in first right now?
No, but they beat the Broncos the first time, so if they beat them again, they get the division because they have the same record. If they win out,
Okay.
if they beat the
Win out.
Texans in the game that we're gonna get
Ooh.
to in a bit, but we'll get to that in a bit. If they beat the Texans, they would have the tiebreaker if they beat the Broncos. If they don't
Okay.
beat the Texans, then I don't think
Broncos
they win the division. Yeah,
But they'll make the
but
playoffs. So
that's if the Broncos don't lose.
they're not losing to. I honestly feel it's South Dakota State guy.
Yeah.
I forgot his name already.
It's just hypothetical.
For sure.
Let's go through the games quickly and fast so we can
Course.
get these terrible games over with. Cowboys and Commanders. Two
Cowboys.
teams that are not in the playoffs, two teams that no one really cares about right now. Give me the Cowboys, whatever. Next, this does actually have playoff implications, but not that big.
Okay.
Lions and Vikings. Max
Lions have to win out.
Max Brosmer is playing. Give me the Lions.
Oh yeah, he is. McCarthy had like a hairline.
He had a hairline fracture, and when I heard that, I thought it was like this kind of hairline.
I always think that.
I always think it's like this kind of hairline, and not like your finger.
Yeah, no. Give me the Detroit Lions winning this one.
All right, and then Broncos Chiefs. We're gonna go with the Broncos. Yada yada yada.
Broncos.
All right, Saturday games are way more interesting.
Good.
First game is the aforementioned Chargers and Texans game.
Chargers.
Chargers are the home team. It is at SoFi Stadium.
That's SoFi. Okay, that's good to know. This was a playoff game last year. Justin Herbert had 4 interceptions.
He had like 4 picks. He played terrible.
Give me the Chargers this time though. Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers because of that game the Texans just had against the Raiders. They almost lost to them. If they had lost to them, then I would have just gone with the Chargers off the rip. So,
for sure.
But since they didn't, we will go with the Chargers. But it will be a closer game.
Correct.
Next, Ravens Packers at Lambeau.
Is Jordan Love playing?
Let me check. He is questionable with a left shoulder / concussion injury.
Okay, is Lamar Jackson playing?
Lamar, he did not practice on Tuesday, but Jordan Love was limited. Jordan Love was limited, by the way. Also, Josh Jacobs is questionable.
Really? Okay. I'm still gonna go Green Bay.
I don't know. Depends on if Lamar plays. If he plays, I'm going Baltimore. If he doesn't, I'm going Green Bay.
That's me as well.
That's
what
a deal breaker. Does Lamar play? If he does, I'm going with the Ravens. If he doesn't, I'm going with Green Bay.
Yeah.
All right.
Me as well.
All right, moving on to the Sunday games. First game, I'm gonna skip over the Jets because they're playing the Patriots. So I'm not doing that.
Oh. Give me the Patriots on that one by 45.
Yeah, moving on. Speaking of the AFC North, I'm not saying that. Speaking of the AFC North, Steelers and Browns. Like we said, Steelers and Browns. I'm gonna go with chaos. Give me the Browns and give me Myles Garrett to break the sack record.
That's why I'm picking the Browns. Garrett, they're playing the.
Give me Myles Garrett to break the sack record and for the Browns to get the dub.
Yeah, watch the Steelers win by 20.
Maybe, I don't know. We're just two people making picks for
exactly
games.
Whatever.
Next game, Jaguars versus the Colts.
I'm gonna be there. Fortunately, not unfortunately. It's cool to see. It's cool to see them play. It's such a cool stadium. Give me Jacksonville. Colts play awful. They scored 4. They scored 2 field goals. That's all they do. That's all they're gonna do. No, seriously, I don't think the Colts score a single offense or defensive touchdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. That win versus the Broncos, plus the Colts playing like how they are. I have to go with the Jaguars.
I'm with you.
Sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's because I am, and also
It is. It's late
these lights are kind of messing with my eyes, so that's
for
why I'm
sure.
not opening them like as much.
The light and then the one over there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
no,
got two lights behind me that are give me extra light on top of my room light.
yeah,
But,
light.
next video will be earlier in the day. We'll record it earlier and we'll get it out.
Yeah.
Earlier. I'm not doing this again. We had to set up a bunch of stuff that had to delay the recording, but that's not important right now. What is important is this game. Bucks Dolphins at Miami.
How bad did Eos play last game?
Let me look at the stat.
And he had like 0 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yep. He 20 for 30, 260 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 2 carries for 5 rushing yards. He didn't play that good.
He ended up playing Tampa. Who's Miami playing again?
Tampa.
Tampa. Give me Tampa.
Yeah, give me the Bucks. As bad as the Bucks have been playing, they're not losing to Quinn Ewers. I'm sorry. Oh boy, a game that nobody wants to watch. Saints Titans.
Oh God, that's terrible.
That might be the worst game of the week. Actually, no, it's not. We'll get to that in a tiny bit.
There's no way. This one worse. Give me the Saints.
You're not gonna be ready for that one.
The Saints.
Give me the Saints because they're kind of on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, that show quarterback, that
Shuck.
Freaking where do you go? Louisiana? No, he went to
Louisville.
Yeah. No, he's playing good. He's putting it together.
Yeah, give me the Saints. Like I said, they're on a hot streak. Nobody really wants to watch that game. Another game that nobody really wants to watch, but it's going to be a bit better. Cardinals versus Bengals.
Is this the worst game?
No. I might actually save that for last.
I think is it Giants Raiders?
It is Giants Raiders. That's the worst game.
I thought it was. Okay, we'll get to that.
All right, we'll get to that in a second.
Give
me since Joe Burrow just went off, he's gonna do it again. Doesn't really matter because they're eliminated anyway. Eliminated anyways. But give me the Bengals. Next up on the plate, a game that this guy over here is very invested in. Yes. Seahawks and Panthers. It is at Carolina. That is important to note. Why is that important to note? Because all their really good wins have come at home.
Seattle does currently have the best record, the best away record currently in the NFL. At least they're tied for it. Only one away loss this season. That was in LA. That was in Sam Darnold through 4 interceptions and our kicker missed the game time field goal. It was from 62 yards. I can't blame him too much. So they played very well on the road this year. They played extremely well.
I hate to be the actually guy, but I have to do it.
Okay.
The Patriots have not lost on the road at all.
Oh, they did. I thought they won in New England and lost in Buffalo. I thought they lost in Buffalo. They beat Buffalo.
Let me look at all their away games. Okay, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Saints, the Titans, the Bucks, the Bengals.
They played nobody.
And the Jets. They really haven't played that many good teams.
Yeah, so also in the NFC then, sure. We've been great away in the NFC. It's one of the best away one of the best away teams in the NFL. They know how to win on the road. I'm gonna go Seattle this one.
I'm gonna need you to stick with me. Like Janky Rondo said, it all depends on how Bryce Young plays. If Bryce Young plays like he did against like the Cowboys or the Rams, the Panthers are going to win. If he plays like he did versus the Saints or some other team where they didn't play as good, or the Bills, if he played like he did against the Bills, was he even playing that game? I don't even know. But if he plays like that, they're not going to win. But I think he will play like that because the Panthers are fighting for a division title. So give me Carolina. That's my upset of the week. That's my upset
All
of the
right.
week.
You can have an episode of the week. That's fine. I can't wait for you to be completely wrong. That's gonna make me really happy. It's gonna be a great game. It's going to be a good game. It's gonna be a lot closer than I think a lot of people expect. I think Carolina's gonna really put up a fight against Seattle. I just think the inexperience of Carolina and just as good as Seattle's offense has been playing, I just don't think they have a guy who can stop JSN. I really don't. Give me Seattle on this one, and they will hopefully, if the Rams lose, I don't know who they're playing. Hopefully, they can clinch the NFC West for the first time since 2020 this week. That'd be fantastic.
I mean, good luck to the Seahawks. I'm not wishing them any like ill will or anything. Just my opinion. But
Yeah.
we're gonna save the worst/best game for last. We're gonna go to Eagles Bills. It is at New York, and I think it will be snowing.
Give me Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo. I know the Eagles have been on a quote unquote hot streak.
They beat the Commanders and the
Get that out of here. They beat the worst team in the NFL and a bottom 10 team in the NFL.
Yeah, hot streak.
Hot streak.
Yes,
Hot
bro.
streak. No hot
Yeah.
streak. The Bills are on a hot streak. The
Yeah.
Eagles are not. Give me
They
Buffalo.
won 2 games that they're expected to win. I don't think that's considered a hot streak, personally. Sorry.
All right. And the last game before we get to the game that we have,
I'm so excited for that game.
So excited for that game. Bears and 49ers on Sunday Night Football.
Who do the Rams play this week?
We'll get to that.
Oh. I'm
gonna go with.
Gosh,
I'm gonna go with. I think the Bears are a legitimate team, and I think they did it against Philadelphia. I think they could do it against San Francisco. Give me Chicago. I'm going Chicago to get the dub and to clinch the division for the first time since.
I'm gonna go Chicago.
For the first time since who knows when, maybe 1985. I don't know. The Bears are gonna win. Are gonna win the NFC North. That's what I'm gonna say.
First time since Mitchell Trubisky in the double doink season.
Hey, shout out to North Carolina. Shout out Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's bad. But yes. He was good on North Carolina.
He was. He was great.
Did you do your pick?
I'm gonna go with Chicago on this one.
All right. He hates
totally
he hates the 49ers. By the way, I swear to God, if the 49ers beat you and they go above you in like the standings, or if they somehow get the number 1 seed in the
that'd be awful.
in the conference, not the division, in the conference,
that'd be terrible.
That would be terrible for you. But
that'd be as bad as. That's like the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah. Last game before me and you head out, we go do our own thing. Last game. Hold on. The game that we have all been waiting for, the most anticipated, the most anticipated, the most clamored for, the most can't miss game, the best game of the year. The 2-3 Giants versus the 2-3 Raiders. The worst 2 teams in the NFL.
2 and 13. Both teams are 2 and 13.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The Giants have not won a game since the Eagles and the other game that they had. I forget.
That was the last win?
No, not the Eagles. Their last win. No, it was against the Eagles. They haven't won since then.
When Scatterboo had 3 touchdowns, that's their last win this year.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Vegas. They beat the Patriots.
Let me see how many. Let me see how many games they've lost in a row. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
9 straight L's. And let me check for the Raiders. Hold on. They're okay. Last one versus Titans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're both teams
9-game losing streak.
Both teams are on a 9-game losing streak.
So that means at one point both of these teams were 2 and 2. That's insane.
No,
Bro,
2-4. They were
these
2 and
teams
they were
were
2-4.
500 at one point.
No, they were
These
2.
teams were 500.
No, they were 2-4. If I'm not wrong, they were 2-4. Let me make sure.
Oh yeah,
Let me make sure I'm counting correctly. Yeah.
I was not
the
counting
Raiders.
correctly.
Hold on. No. The Raiders beat the Patriots week 1.
Correct.
How?
Geno Smith played good. He had like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, no. So they were both. Let me just make sure. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they were both 2-4 at one point.
Okay, I thought it was 2 and 2.
They're
That's
both
my bad.
2-4,
That's my bad.
and now they're 2-13. Insane.
This is the fight for man. This is basically whoever loses against Mendoza.
Right. I'm gonna be biased here. I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Why exactly? Because if they win, the Giants would get the #1 overall pick. And if I'm not wrong, we would go ahead of the Raiders in the draft.
Correct.
And the Raiders are our only real threat to take Fernando Mendoza. The Browns are there too, but that's a toss-up. We don't know if they're going to go for Mendoza or not.
They could stick
So
with
and also if
in
the
the
Browns
water.
win this week, then they go below us too, and we're number 2. And the Giants I don't care about because they're not going to take Mendoza. They got Dart.
For sure. I'm gonna go with the Giants.
I don't know if you heard that. I apologize if you did.
I'm gonna go with the New York Giants on this game. I'm
gonna go with the Raiders for Jets reasons.
I respect that.
Also, they almost beat the Texans last week, and the Giants couldn't get a win against the Vikings without JJ McCarthy.
The Giants are such a bad team, but I just think Vegas is worse. I mean, I was there against that game against the Colts early in the season. They are a bad football team. Like they are
terrible. They're really bad. It's really bad. Almost forgot. Monday night. Not gonna stay on it for too long because it's not that interesting. It's Rams and the Falcons. Which is interesting because the Rams have the Falcons pick.
That's interesting.
So the Rams want to win for 2 reasons. 1, to help them in their push to win the division. And 2, to help them get a better pick in the draft.
As much as I want to pick biasly for Seattle, I just can't. I don't see
a world where Kirk Cousins, non-Tampa Bay Kirk Cousins, beats the Rams.
I mean, the Falcons have put up some weird wins this year. I mean, they beat Buffalo on prime time. They've beaten Tampa twice, I think, this year.
No, they beat them. No, they beat them once. The first game of the year with the Bucks won.
Oh yeah,
because that was a Emeka Egbuka. That was his big game.
And that's when.
Side note: where has he been? Where did he go? He disappeared.
He's been hurt.
He played last game. I don't know where he just disappeared.
He did nothing.
All right, yeah, we're both going with the Rams. That will set up an interesting scenario for
Atlanta. That's weird.
Yeah, that'll set up an interesting scenario for.
So the Rams are really trying to win this game. What that means, they are really trying to win this game because it helps them get a better draft pick, and it helps them in the race to catch up with Seattle. So yeah, that is an interesting game for both. That's for Atlanta and the Rams. Hopefully, Atlanta can win that game because I think if Seattle wins and LA loses, I'd like to say the Seahawks win the division because they'll go up 2 games with 1 week left against the 49ers, and the 49ers have 4 losses. Seattle has 3. So no, that it wouldn't because the Niners still have the tiebreaker over Seattle. So, wow, Niners really need to lose.
Interesting
I'm
scenarios.
A huge Bears fan this week.
I will talk about. We'll go over if teams haven't clinched the division, if the AFC East is still for grabs, if the AFC North is still for grabs, AFC South, AFC West, AFC whatever, NFC whatever, if they're still up for grabs, we'll predict who wins the divisions next week. But for now, this is where we're going to end it. We'll predict the college football playoff, the rest of the games next week, because those will happen next week and not this week. So I'll say who I'm rooting for in the playoffs. Me personally, Sorry, Jacob. This has nothing to do with you.
Don't
But I've
say.
always been sort of like, I've always had sort of like a weird connection to Alabama for some reason. I don't know why. I just have. It's like a weird connection. That's not to say I don't like Indiana. I hope they do good, but I'm just rooting for Alabama. I'm sorry.
Not gonna root for your future quarterback?
I'll root for him. I hope he does good, but I really like. I don't. I'm not saying that they're gonna win. My prediction's still Indiana. I told that to you. I still think they're gonna win, but who I want to win, probably them.
Can I ask why you like Alabama?
I don't know. It's just some. It's just like a. It's just weird. No. Let me explain. I don't know why exactly I like Alabama. It's just like, I don't want to say it's just a vibe, but like it's just something about them. I don't know what, but it's something about them.
Hey man, neither do you, but your team's gonna, but your little Crimson Tide are about to
Sorry.
lose by 35 to
I'm not like a Alabama fan, but I'm just rooting for them in the playoffs. I hope they win.
They're going to get absolutely destroyed.
I know they will, but I'm not gonna be salty about it or anything. It's just
IU has like
out of all
8 or 10 guys going in the NFL this year getting drafted. It's nuts. Like Surratt, Mendoza, Omar Hooper, whatever his name is.
I'm sure Bama
Aiden
probably has
Fisher.
I'm sure Bama probably has like 8 players going to the NFL because it's Alabama.
It is Alabama,
Like
but
Simpson, Overton, Jeremy Bernard, probably some other people I don't even know, but we're not going to get into all that. I know who you're rooting for, but that's who I'm rooting for. Again, not going to be like crying or sulking if they get eliminated. No, I'm not a Bama fan. I'm still a North Carolina fan, but obviously they're not good at football. Basketball is what they do.
basketball, there you go.
Yeah, they're really good at basketball this year. But
I'll be one of the saddest
Yeah.
people maybe on the face of the earth if IU loses in the Rose Bowl when I'm there.
Yeah.
That might be one of the worst days.
I'm like root. I don't want to say that I'm rooting for Bama in that game because I kind of like my second team after Alabama is Indiana, so I kind of just want to like see. I just want to see a good game for that. I'm
Me
not
too.
really
I just
rooting
want
for
to
either.
game.
I don't want to see like I don't want to see like, oh, Alabama wins by a million or Indiana wins by a million. I want to see like close games down to the wire. You have a heart attack at the Rose Bowl, and
You want to see that? Got it. Thanks, man.
not literally. You get what I'm saying. But
I did.
that's gonna do it.
Yes.
Enough yapping. We're done talking for now. Thank you if you are showing up for the first episode. This is gonna be the first of many episodes, hopefully.
So we'll be.
I will be here consistently, right there over
I'll do
there.
my best.
You see it.
I'll do my best.
Make sure to do all the good things that help the channel grow. Like, subscribe. You know the deal. I don't have to say it. Down there. We'll see you next week for college football playoff predictions and for NFL Week 18 predictions and NFL Week 17, like going over those games, and also NBA and other stuff too.
Yes, of course.
But for now, it's 9:18 as we're ending this recording.
I'm gonna eat some Papa John's, so I need some Papa John's pizza.
I need to turn off these lights.
Yeah, that's great. Well, again, thank you all for watching the whole podcast. Hopefully, you stick around for the entire thing. If not, we'll be more entertaining as we go along. This is our first one. We're still new to this. The videos get better. I'm out of here. I'm gonna eat my dinner because it's been waiting downstairs for me the past hour and a half.
All right, you go do that. I'm gonna go too. See you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.